Word supports the use of both hyphens and dashes. Actually, it supports 3 types of hyphens and 2 types of dashes. In this quick tip, I help you understand how all 5 of these characters behave in your documents. Let's first take a look at the 3 types of hyphens that Word understands. These are regular, optional, and non-breaking hyphens. Regular hyphens are created by simply typing the hyphen key. This is the key that is to the right of the 0 key on the keyboard. It is sometimes mistakenly called a dash key. Regular hyphens are used to create compound words or to indicate a minus sign in an equation. If a compound word appears near the end of a line, the second word will be displayed on the next line, if necessary, with the first word and hyphen remaining on the previous line. For instance, let's click right here in the middle of the word online, and we're going to change it to a hyphenated word. All we have to do is press the hyphen key, just like that. And now if we go back, a little bit further back here, and we start pressing the space key so that that runs past the end of the line, you'll notice what happens. The hyphen key forces the second portion of the word, the portion after the hyphen, to the next line, and the first portion of the word with the hyphen itself stays on the previous line. Optional hyphens are created by pressing Control plus the hyphen key. Optional hyphens are typically used in the middle of a word, between syllables, to indicate where a word should be broken between lines if Word deems it necessary. For instance, we can go right to the word online here again, and if we want to, we press Control hyphen, and now we have a optional hyphen within that word. Notice that it looks a little bit different as well. It looks like a hyphen with a little hook on the right side of it. The optional hyphen does not appear on any printout unless it is actually used at the end of a line. For instance, if I turn off the non-printing characters here by clicking on this Show Hide control up here, notice that that optional hyphen disappears. We can't see it on that screen. However, if we push this word over by pressing the space key, watch what happens at the end when we get right there. That's an optional hyphen. It now appears because it's needed to appear within that line of the document. The third type of hyphen is a non-breaking hyphen. These are created by pressing Control, Shift, and the hyphen key. Non-breaking hyphens are used in compound words to indicate that both words and the hyphen should be treated as a single word when Word is forming lines. So for instance, if we go over to online here and we press Control Shift hyphen, it looks just like a regular hyphen in there, but it behaves differently. We'll go back over to this portion of the line and we press the space key, and you can see that the whole compound word moved to the next line. It kept them together because that's a non-breaking hyphen in the middle of the word online. Because of their behavior, it's also helpful to use non-breaking hyphens in the middle of phone numbers to separate the portions of a phone number. That way you keep the phone number itself together all on the same line. So there you have the 3 types of hyphens, each of which is created by using the hyphen key or the hyphen key with the Control and or Shift keys. A regular hyphen is created just by using the hyphen key. An optional hyphen is used by pressing Control with the hyphen key, and a non-breaking hyphen is created by pressing Control Shift hyphen key. Dashes are a different thing in Word. There are 2 types of dashes that are supported. The first is called an N dash, which is a typographic dash that is as wide as a lowercase n character. These dashes are typically used to denote ranges of numbers, as in 3 through 7. You can create an N dash by pressing the Control key and the minus key on the numeric keyboard. So we can go right over here to the middle of this word, and I'm going to get rid of that space that's in there. And now I'm going to hold down the Control key and press the minus key on the numeric keyboard. That's an end dash that I've just inserted within the middle of those two words. If necessary, Word will break a line right after the end dash, not before it. In other words, the end dash always stays with the characters that are immediately preceding it. The second type of dash is the em dash. This is a typographic dash that is supposed to be as wide as a lowercase m character, which is why it's called an em dash. In Word, however, the em dash is twice as wide as the end dash. End dashes are used in creating breaks in sentences between two separate thoughts or clauses. Now I want to create an em dash right down here between these words on the second line. So I get rid of that space, and if I want an em dash in there, I can do Control Alt and the minus key on the numeric keypad. And notice that this em dash is quite a bit wider than the end dash that is just above it. Now there are multiple ways that you can create an em dash within your document. One way is as you are typing something, you can say this is a test, and then I can press two hyphens just like that, and notice what happened. When I got done with the word right after it, it changed it into an em dash. That's the way that I normally create em dashes within my document, by typing those two hyphens and then letting autocorrect take care of doing the conversion for me. When it comes to starting new lines, Word will break a line right after the em dash, but not before it. The em dash always stays with the word immediately before it. It's important to remember that the actual width of hyphens and dashes can vary depending upon the typeface that you are using in your document and the font size that you're using. Remember that in all instances, hyphens and dashes stay with the character that precedes the hyphen or dash. The only exception to this is if you are using a non-breaking hyphen. In that case, the hyphen forces the words that surround it to stay together. As you are creating your documents, you can give them a more professional look if you remember the way that hyphens and dashes are supposed to be used. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click the subscribe button just below. Also, click the bell icon so YouTube will remind you whenever a new video is added to the WordTips channel. Thanks for spending a few moments with me today.